Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to discuss pathology of lymph node. Briefly, I will describe the anatomy of lymph node. Lymph node is made up of an outer part which is known as cortex and an inner part which is known as medulla. Between the cortex and medulla lies paracortex. The cortex contains lymphoid follicles which can be primary or secondary. It is important to note that in a normal lymph node, the lymphoid follicles are more concentrated in the cortex and they are of variable size and shape. And in lymphoma, there is diffuse effacement of nodal architecture. You cannot appreciate the presence of these primary or secondary lymphoid follicles. This is the histological photomicrograph showing the presence of paler area in the middle, which is known as the germinal center, and it contains centroblasts and centrocytes. The outer cap is known as the mantle zone. The mantle cell lymphoma arises from the mantle zone, and outside the mantle zone lies the marginal zone, from which arises marginal zone lymphoma. Various types of cells which are encountered in lymphoma include small cells. Small cells include lymphocyte, which are small and round, centrocyte, which have a cleave at one end, immunocyte, which have plasmacytoid appearance. They have exenteric nucleus, and monocytoid lymphocyte. The intermediate cells include lymphoblasts with convoluted nucleus and Burkitt's lymphoblast, in which the nucleus is small and non-cleaved. The large cells are encountered in high-grade lymphomas, and these include centroblast and immunoblast. The B cell can differentiate into immunoblast, which produces plasma cell. And here you can appreciate the nucleus is pushed at one end. And the B lymphocyte can also differentiate into centroblast, which produces centrocyte. Lymphomas are broadly classified into Hodgkin, and all the lymphomas other than the Hodgkin are categorized into non-Hodgkin. Lymphoma is the term which is applied to tumors of lymphoid system and specifically of lymphocytes and their precursor cells. That is, it is cancer of the lymphatic system. And many lymphomas are known to be due to specific genetic mutations. Various classification systems have been used. First popularly used system is Rappaport classification, and it divides the growth patterns into nodular and diffuse, and it divides the cell types into various categories. Other classification systems are Lewis-Collin classification and Keel classification. Then came working formulation for clinical use, which tried to establish common language of communication between the pathologist and clinician. And it divides lymphomas into low grade, intermediate grade, high grade, and miscellaneous. WHO classification of B cell neoplasms categorizes lymphomas into precursor B cell neoplasms and peripheral B cell neoplasms. You have to memorize 5-6 names in this category. It includes follicular lymphoma, mantle cell, diffuse large B cell, Burkitt, hairy cell, and all the others which are mentioned in this figure. Precursor T cell tumors and peripheral T cell tumors, which include mycosis fungoides, Sézary syndrome, anaplastic large cell tumor, angioimmunoblastic T cell lymphoma. This is a very beautiful diagram, and it shows the various zones from which the lymphomas arise. The lymphoma which arises from the mantle zone is known as mantle cell lymphoma. Those which arise from the germinal center include follicular lymphoma, Burkitt, DLBCL, and Hodgkin lymphoma. The lymphomas which can arise from the marginal zone include DLBCL, marginal zone lymphoma, SLL/CLL. This figure shows you the incidence of various types of lymphoma. The incidence of NHL is 62.4%, and among these 31% is incidence of DLBCL. 22% is incidence of follicular lymphoma. and the incidence of Hodgkin disease is 8.2%. Small lymphocytic lymphoma, also called chronic lymphocytic leukemia. It is a low-grade lymphoma in working formulation. It has scanty symptoms but good survival. The mode of presentation is blood and bone marrow involvement as well as involvement of other organs. And they are always of the B cell type. Therefore, B cell markers are present. I will discuss the B cell markers in the next slide. But 70% express T cell marker CD5. Most are also CD23 positive but CD10 negative. The abnormality seen is trisomy 12 or 13q. The B cell markers are CD10, also called CALA, CD79A, 22, 19, and CD20. CALA is also called CD10 and it's the abbreviation for common acute lymphoblastic leukemia antigen, normally expressed on the B cell progenitors, that is lymphoblast. And it becomes more abundant in childhood leukemias. The characteristic feature in small lymphocytic lymphoma is the presence of proliferation centers. Proliferation center is basically a pale area which is embedded in the dark background of small lymphocyte, and this proliferation center contains prolymphocytes and paraimmunoblasts. Paraimmunoblasts are larger cells and they have central nucleolus with somewhat dispersed chromatin. Small lymphocytes, usually they are round and they have dense chromatin. No cytoplasm can be appreciated in small lymphocytes. However, the prolymphocytes are the medium sized cells and little amount of cytoplasm can be appreciated in them, and they have small nucleoli. The characteristic feature, histological finding in small lymphocytic lymphoma is the presence of proliferation centers, and they are also called pseudofollicles. Cases of SLL can be divided into three categories: those with absolute lymphocytosis, those associated with monoclonal gammopathy, and those with neither. The cases which are associated with monoclonal gammopathy can exhibit morphological signs of plasmacytoid differentiation, and they are called SLL with plasmacytic differentiation. The SLL can transform into blastic variant, histiocytic, or large cell neoplasm, and this is known as Richter syndrome. They can also transform into Hodgkin lymphoma, and this is mediated by Epstein-Barr virus. On the left side, you can appreciate there is diffuse effacement of nodal architecture by a monotonous population of lymphoid cells. And on the right side, you can appreciate the majority of the tumor cells are small, round lymphocytes, and there is one larger cell with the prominent central nucleolus. This is peripheral smear in CLL, and here you can appreciate disrupted tumor cell, which is also called smudge cell. Now we will discuss follicular lymphoma. In the working formulation, the small cleaved and mixed cell types are low grade, and predominantly the large cell type is intermediate grade. It has a nodular growth pattern which can transform into diffuse one. The markers which are positive include 19, 20, 22, 79A, CD10, BCL6 and BCL2. CD5 negative and CD43 negative. It comprises 50% of adult NHL. Median age is 60 to 65 years. And you have to remember the chromosomal translocation which is seen in follicular lymphoma T1418, which leads to overexpression of BCL2, anti-apoptotic protein. You can remember follicular lymphoma F and F for 1418 translocation. And this translocation promotes cell survival through inhibition of apoptosis. Here you can appreciate the presence of expression of BCL2 in follicular lymphoma. There are some important differential points between follicular lymphoma and reactive lymph node. In follicular lymphoma, there is complete effacement of normal architecture and there is even distribution of follicle throughout the cortex and medulla, whereas in reactive lymph node, follicles are more concentrated in the cortex. In lymphoma, follicular lymphoma, there is slight or moderate variation in the size and shape of follicles as compared to the marked variation seen in reactive lymph node. There are many other differentiating points, but you have to remember just the most important ones. And there is lack of phagocytosis in follicular lymphoma, whereas there is active phagocytosis in reactive lymph node. And follicles composed of neoplastic cells exhibit cellular pleomorphism with nuclear irregularities in FL, whereas in reactive lymph node you appreciate all type of cells: lymphoid cells, histiocytes, reticulum cells, etc. There is presence of two types of cells in follicular lymphoma: centrocyte and centroblast. I've already told you the pattern is nodular, but it can transform into diffuse one. This is the histological picture on the right side. You can appreciate the pattern of growth is nodular, and this is the high power view of the cells. Here you can appreciate the cleaved cell, which is known as the centrocyte. These are the cleaved cells, and these are the centroblasts, in which the nucleoli are multiple and they are bound to the membrane. In the centroblast, the yellow arrows point toward the centroblast. Small nucleoli are present at the periphery, and you connect the nucleoli to make a C. This is to make you memorize the presence of nucleoli at the peripheral rim in centroblast. While in immunoblast, I, the dot on the eye shows the presence of central prominent nucleolus in immunoblast. In the peripheral smear, you can appreciate the presence of malignant cells in some cases, and these are called Botox cells because of their prominent nuclear cleft. However, they have no prognostic significance. Mantle cell lymphoma, it arises from the mantle zone. It is a low-grade neoplasm, also called intermediate lymphocytic, centrocytic lymphoma, or diffuse small cleaved cell lymphoma. It is not part of working formulation and affects median age is 58. The markers which are seen are surface IgM, IgD 19, 20, however CD23 negative. There is overexpression of cyclin D1, and the chromosomal translocation which is present is T1114. I've shown this to make you memorize the translocation in mantle cell lymphoma. It somewhat resembles mental man. Mental man goes on the cycle from G1 to S. There is translocation 11 to 14, and overexpression of cyclin D1 promotes G1 to S transition. There is G1 to S transition in the cell cycle, and translocation is 11-14. And here this is the transition. There is immunoreactivity for cyclin D1 in mantle zone lymphoma. There is complete or partial effacement of nodal architecture. 4 growth patterns can be seen: diffuse, vaguely nodular, mantle zone, or follicular repairing growth pattern. The cells are small to medium sized with condensed chromatin and indented nuclei. This shows you the origin of lymphoma close to the proliferation center, that is the mantle zone. Cytologic variants which can be encountered include small cell, pleomorphic, and blastoid. The later two types are categorized into blastoid variants. The morphology of the lymph node seen in mantle cell lymphoma is monotonous population of small lymphoid cells in the background of hyalinized blood vessels. These are hyalinized blood vessels, and there is monotonous population of lymphoid cells. Uh, Epithelioid histiocytes represent important diagnostic clue and sometimes resulting in starry sky appearance. There is diffuse growth pattern. Thank you for listening.